Hello, hello. The webcam setup. And today is my affiliate streamer birthday according to Twitch. And I wasn't initially going to do my webcam today, but I decided to end up doing it because I had some time before I started streaming. And so most importantly, look at this little guy. Look at this. He's a pig. He's a marzipan pig. And in Germany, they call it the Glockenschwein. And you're supposed to eat it during the New Year, or sometime around it, which, you know, it's only been a week and a half. And it gives you luck in the New Year. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna eat it. Look at him. The crackles was giving ASMR, really? That far away from the... That's probably way too loud. I should not be doing that. Alright, so here he is, the Glockenschwein, for good luck. And here we go. Goodbye, Mr. Glockenschwein. I will be consuming you, digesting you for my luck. I need luck this year, so... Exactly! You got a mood! Is it sweet? No, it's, well, kinda, but, you know, it's marzipan. It's basically just marzipan, unflavored marzipan. Yeah, so, it's almond sugar and water. It was made to be like a cheap thing for people to eat back in the day. It's a very simple candy. It's a little sweet, but I'm not a huge sweet fan. It's more savory a little bit, so. There you go, goodbye Glockenschwein. Transition. There you go. Would you look at that? I don't know if I'm, I mean, I have the webcam option available for if I want to do stuff, but I think for now I'm going to keep it off. I am a little bit sick. I'm recovering from the sickness. It seems like everyone's sick this New Year. But, you know, so I still have a bit of stuff going on here, but I got my lead-lined water in my Stanley cup. I got, you know, my controller here, because I'm pretty sure you're supposed to play this game with a controller, and that's enough for the webcam for now. Now I can finally take off my shirt! Pseudoregalia, it is a 3D platformer that was originally made for a game jam way back when, but they ended up developing it into a full game, and I've been recommended it numerous times from different friends. So without further ado, let's just get into it, you know what I mean? What the hell is that thing? Like cage? You want to see the jellyfish? The jellyfish in the cage, dude? Alright, so this is one thing I knew about the game. This is one of the things I knew about the game, is that it was a thick goat girl as the main character, so... I forgot you can move cameras in games. For a second I was like, what am I supposed to do? The camera's locked this way. How do I progress? There's only a wall here. My brain forgot that you usually have the ability to move cameras in games like this. She's getting her fashion sense from these guys. She doesn't have the sleeves. Like, you're missing the sleeves there, lady. But to be fair, they also don't wear pants, so like, it's kind of understandable. So many have been trapped. So many have been trapped in the dungeon, and for what? So many of have been trapped. So many of have been trapped in the dungeon. Am I stupid? So many of have been trapped in the dungeon, and for what? Are they called ofs? The ofs? The OF? Like that's their species name? So many of have been trapped in the dungeon, and for what? So many of? Of? That has to be their species name, or it's a horrible, horrible misspelling. Or a horrible screw up on the typo. Yeah, typo or lore, that's the question that we're considering here. So many of have been trapped in the dungeon for a while. Okay, so they might be the ofs. I just fell into the fucking lava. I didn't even press the jump button. I pressed the wrong button. Tuba! Is it the tuba? I say it's a Sousa, but to be more appropriate. That's cool. We got the sousaphone users. For those of you who don't know, tuba. Here's a little explanation for you. Okay. You see. A tuba is the thing that you use when you're in, you know, what the fuck is it? God damn it. I'm ruining the whole bit because I can't remember. When you're in an orchestra, it's called a tuba when you're sitting down in an orchestra, okay? But when you're out of the field, it's really hard to lug around a tuba. So when you need a tuba for a band, there are two different kind of instruments you could use. They're both a tuba, but they're composed of different things and look a little bit different. So what is the sousaphone? It's the one that wraps around your body, and usually it's used in marching bands and a lot of that kind of stuff. It was made by Philip J. Sousa, I think that's his name. I could be wrong. His last name's definitely Sousa. But the other one's the Contra, like the gun, like the gun game Contra. And it's a 30-pound. It's basically you just take the tuba and you shift it 90 degrees and you put it on your fucking shoulder. Sousa, and those ones are the best ones. You can rock with a Sousa. You know what I mean? Literally, you just turn that thing 90 degrees and then you take the mouthpiece and you put it towards your mouth and you're like playing it. It's very. I probably have used the Sousa the most in my life. Fun fact: I played tuba for many years, but in high school. But I was a band kid. Yes, unfortunately, I know it's unfortunate. But I think Contra is my favorite of the three, even though it's literally just like 35, 40 pounds of metal on your fucking shoulder. After doing it for like 4 years, it's it probably wasn't great for my health, but you know, it gave me some good muscle lugging that thing around. But you know, at the end of the day, all right, I need to stop talking about this. We're going too long on that one. And the really showing your brass on that one. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, dude. Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay. But I think it's always like a failure of a stream when the streamer that you're watching can only like talk about the game and nothing else. Like when they're like, "Oh, I gotta make this jump. Oh, I missed that one. Oh, time to try again, guys. Here we go." Like to me, that's always whenever I see a streamer doing that and they just can't stop talking about the game and nothing else. It always kind of makes me like wonder why are you just streaming because you want to make money just playing games, basically? Like, if you don't have anything to say, then what are you saying, I guess, is kind of the crux of it. Like, if I'm just, the only thing I'm talking about all stream is me playing as a thick goat girl in, like, a castle, and that's all I really have to say about it, and I just keep going like, oh, good jump, oh, hey guys, look, there's a new thing here, oh, what is it? The Sun Greaves. Press the A button / spacebar while in midair after a short delay. Do an air kick, hitting walls and objects. With it will cause you to jump away. Can be done up to 3 times. Obviously, I'm exaggerating, but the point to be made is it's a lot more interesting when we're talking about like stuff like we're talking about in chat, which is why I didn't want to kind of interrupt it to go off on this tangent. One of those things where every time I like say stuff even as simple as like, oh, I wonder, where do I go? Like I'm saying, like, oh, where do I go next? And that kind of thing. Like, even that, like, pisses myself off, I guess. Because I'm like, who cares? Like, it could be a bit too much if you narrate. If all you're doing is narrating what you're doing, yes. That's basically the point that I'm trying to get at, is, like, it's not illegal to talk about the game you're playing, but when, and it happens a lot where I check out, like, a new streamer, or I check out a streamer that I know I like already, and I go, ooh, they're streaming this game that I like, or something like that. Let's see what they think about it, or that kind of thing. and then they enjoy the game, but the whole conversation around them playing is them playing the game. It's like, I'd much rather you enjoy the game, but also like continue being you, because that's why I came to watch the stream. I'm misunderstanding something about the jumps here. I came to the stream because you're a person that I enjoy watching. I suppose I want to like I understand your opinion on the game. At the same time, I come to the stream not because the game is being played, even if I do like the game. You know, I'll see your reactions to the game, but at the same time, I like you. That's why I came to the stream, to watch you. I have a hard time coming with it. The whole commentary thing, it'd be hard for people to talk about other topics without other people around. I personally have a hard time coming up with a topic myself, but I can see it can be a bit annoying too. Yeah, it's not even like... I get it when there's nobody like in chat that you can talk to and you don't know what to do by yourself, but like when I'm off stream, okay, back when I used to stream a lot, what I would do is I would go to different like sites and I would see different news articles that interest me about like usually games, because games is a big part of my interests, but it could be like anything. Back when I was reaching for affiliate back in 2020, I believe. It's been 5 years. It's my 5-year affiliate anniversary. Wowie, look how much I've streamed. How much I've benefited from this affiliateship. I've gotten one paycheck of $100, so thank you, Twitch. I've gotten $100 from Twitch in these 5 years, but back when I was doing that and I was reaching out to all my friends and other streamers and stuff and being like, hey, can you come by and watch the stream? I'm going for affiliate. That kind of thing. There would obviously be those people, and like I would get streams with like a dozen or so people who'd be in the chat talking about random stuff, bringing up random stuff, subjects that I don't even have interest in, but I'd riff off of them, obviously. But before all that, usually at the beginning of the stream, what you'd have to do is you'd have to talk about a subject. So what I would do, even if I hadn't done any like thing in the week, like even if I hadn't seen any news in the week or something, I would immediately go to like a news site or news aggregate site that I enjoyed, and I would go through and like find like a couple topics and just riff on them for like the first 30 minutes and just be like, oh, there's did you guys hear about the newest you hear about Concord? Wait, that shit really went downhill. Oh, did you hear about the new like Assassin's Creed controversy? How like this is recent. People Make Games made that video about like the abuse in the workplace in Thailand, was it? I think it was Thailand, and like all that stuff happened. That's a recent one. Like, and Assassin's Creed like delayed their game because they used them as outsourcing work, and now they're like, we don't want to like support that, and like that's cool, even though Ubisoft is creatively bankrupt, and I don't believe a word they say. But you know, it's like that's an interesting thing where they delayed their game specifically because of this People Make Games video. That's kind of really cool, because People Make Games do some really interesting kind of delves into, you know, different parts of the industry that we don't really talk about, and that kind of abuse in the workplace is something that isn't mentioned, especially when it's overseas, like cheap labor to pad out your game. And see, look at this, suddenly I brought up one story that I watched recently, a video that I watched recently, and suddenly I've started talking about the subject, and it's really that easy. It's just find things you're interested in, talk about them for 30 minutes or whatever, and go off. Like that's it. That's people come to the stream because they want to see that from you, I guess is what I'm trying to say. See, and here I've gotten into a lull in my conversational topics, and here I'm like, the next thing I was about to say was, I have a small key, what should I use it on? And see, that's where my brain goes, okay, we've entered failure state. We've entered failure state on the stream. Your experience and decision making are still important to the experience. Yeah, and I'm not saying that's why I was like, I don't have a problem with me riffing on like the Greaves, because like that's like me riffing on the Greaves is like something like it's like a game design standpoint almost, where I'm like, this is an interesting game design decision that they're doing it like this, like that kind of thing. Or like, I wonder how the game is designed with this in mind so that you can, you know, traverse the levels, that kind of thing. Where with the other thing where it's like, where I'm just like, I wonder where this key should go. Like that's there's nothing there. That's brain empty, like thoughts gone. I'm gonna go to this other area that's over here. So this is a failure. This is what I'm talking about. I don't have to explain I'm going to said area. The point I'm trying to make, I guess, is that show don't tell is powerful in this kind of environment. Where I don't need to tell, I can just show. Big door. See, that's a failure, dude. I can't get over, like, now that I've explained it, like, every time. Like, I don't have to say that's a big door. That's a big door. Did you notice the big door, guys? Tap on your screen where you notice the big door. Do you see the big door? Point to the big door now. It's like me standing there. You didn't even say look at the big door. You just said big door. Exactly. Like I'm saying, like there's a failure between, you know, keyboard and chair when you get to that point where you're just going like, big door. Like you have nothing else to say. Your brain can't think of a thought process to come across. Just like big door. The big sword. Hey, it's my sword. Hey. Hey, we should look at that. Ah! Big sword. Hey, you guys see the big sword? Point on the screen where you see it. I'm cooked. I'm so cooked. Huh? What the fuck is this? Game Freak? You just made her a woman in tights, in like ripped tights. Not bad. The gamer challenged has long. Don't call yourself the gamer challenge. the obviously didn't want to work. Like, I can't blame them. They're working at a fucking Taco Bell across from a fucking high school. Like, I can't be like, why aren't you invested in your work? I kind of hate Jersey Mike's, TBH. This guy just doesn't get it. This guy, he doesn't understand. Hey, he's not a real Mike head. He's not a real Jersey Shores gooner. Okay? What? All right. we may be vibing with this outfit for a little bit. Oh.